choice.
All right. Starting.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome everyone to episode 24 of the Drippin' G podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. We record this podcast live over on Twitch every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe on your podcast app of choice. Don't forget, Drip, that I have a intro that can always sub in whenever I want. This is just for us. This week we have stuff to talk about. Don't want to mention it right now. We'll get to it in a second. But first, Drip, how are you doing this week?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm bad, and I'm all in between. I have a lot of weird things happening. So this week I decided that I'm not staying up late anymore. I'm going to bed early and I'm getting up early. Instead of staying up late to work, I'm just going to get up early and work when everybody else works instead of doing it all night.
Well,
that has been good.
How's it now?
I've started streaming in the morning as well, about an hour at a time.
I noticed that. I've been doing my best to lurk at work.
I don't know if I'm going to go every single day. I'm like just testing it out this week. I think maybe 3 days, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing would maybe be a little bit better.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. We'll see. It depends. It's hard doing something like that by yourself because I don't want to just play games. I want to do other things. I want to talk. I want it to be like a talk show, you know?
Yeah. What kind of things would you talk about?
I don't know. Like just pretend I'm like Jimmy Kimmel. It would be like that. I have guests on. I would tell jokes, and I'll have little cards to hold up, and a studio audience that would laugh at me when I made funny jokes.
A laugh track.
Yeah, I could put a laugh track here. That would be yes. That would be good. That would work out well. I think maybe that's what I'll do. No, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's gonna be. I honestly don't know what it's gonna be. I'm just testing things out. We're just doing like the other day. We did a villager hunt. Again, I don't want to play games. Then the next day we talked about Zelda at the Game Awards, which we're probably going to get into at some point this evening as well.
I'd imagine so.
So I don't know. It's just going to be whatever. I just want it to kind of just be a conversation, and I'm not going to, it's only going to be like an hour or so. So I started doing that. Then I was feeling fine. And my buddy calls me. He's like, "Hey, 2 people we were hanging out with watching the game tested positive for COVID." So I'm like, damn it. Okay, I'll have to go get tested. But then I was like, well, you got to wait a week for it to be accurate. And I was like, okay. So Saturday, Friday. So I've kind of just been here. Just yesterday, I put in a bunch of orders of places I need to go get things, so I didn't have to leave.
Yeah.
So I have all the stuff, but I'm going tomorrow morning to get to. I can tell you right now, I don't have COVID, but I did start feeling kind of sick. And now I'm like, I have a sinus infection or something. It's not fun. I didn't do much today. I was supposed to stream this morning. I didn't. I ended up laying in bed and
Geeb recommendation. I told you to do that. I'm glad
my
you did.
God. Geeb this morning, you guys. Let me tell you something. Like my dad over here yelling at me like, you need to take it seriously. Don't downplay it.
That's not the tone. That's
bless
not
America.
You never get the right tone over text. I get it. But that was not my tone. My tone was, listen, boy, I know you like, it's not that I don't live my life. I have reduced my life significantly. I feel like you go a lot of places still, which, listen,
I do.
It's your life. That's what I meant was like, listen, don't go partying. Don't go to the friend's house. Don't go to the movies. Just take it easy while you're sick for your protection of other people, just for a moment.
I'm here. I haven't left.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I mean, I get like 8 tomorrow morning. The place that I'm going to get tested opens. I'm going. Last time I went to get a COVID test there, they had the results to me by like that night. So hopefully by tomorrow night, they're going to come back and be like, you don't have COVID. And we're like,
yeah. Well, also in my tone of voice that you didn't get to hear over a text was also that you probably didn't hear because you're not in basketball like that, but Joel Embiid, my favorite player, actually he's on my sweatshirt right now. Joe. Merry Christmas, everybody. He just recently came off COVID. He had COVID for 3 weeks, and he's a professional athlete, very in shape, very healthy. It kicked his ass big time, and that was a part of my tone and he's fully vaccinated and probably boosted at this point too. So, and I was like, that's what I was really saying was like, listen, like, don't downplay it. Like this, it could still kick your ass. Even you're probably not gonna die because you're vaccinated, but it probably gonna kick your ass. It could still kick your ass. It could. Good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm aware it could, but again, at this point, kind of going through today and last night I was like, man, it might be. Today I'm like, dude, no. I know what this is. I've had this. Yeah. This is a sinus infection is what this is.
That's what a lot of people have been saying that. Like they can feel it. Like it's like, yeah, I pretty much know what I have and it's probably not COVID.
Yes, I know this. I've had this. Yeah. This is a normal,
Yeah. It's that feeling of, I don't know what this is right now, but it sounds like what I've been hearing about. That's when you got to worry.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I mean, I can still taste this delicious bush apple. Speaking of bush apple, would you like to go ahead and get into the beer of the week?
Well, hold on. There's some things before we get to the beer week.
Well, I want to hear about your stuff, but I feel like we should.
Okay, sure. I mean, I get
start this.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. It's not necessarily about me. There's some things I want to touch on, but yeah, absolutely. Let's get to the beer of the week. Before we do that, Matt Moran. Hi, how you doing? Hi, how are you? In my chat.
Oh, hey, Matt Moran.
Appreciate you coming by. First chat.
Get your booster tomorrow. I need to go get a booster. I'm due for a booster for sure. I need to get one.
I am as well. Beer of the week. Beer of the week for me is oldie but a goodie. I'm not going to drink too much of it because I feel icky, like I said. I'll take some sips here and there. But oldie but a goodie. Sour Monkey by Victory Brewing. Sour Triple Ale.
That 10%, boy.
9.5. Not counting.
I mean, round it up, man.
I'll take a sip. As you guys know. Actually got a little warm by now. But yeah, no, it's absolutely delicious. Got a nice bite. I feel like there's a tinge of sweetness, but that's probably just the sourness. It's a good sour. It's not a overpowering sour. It's a very nice sour. It's not like I'm gonna die of puckered lips. You know, it's a nice. I like
that. I've had
such a pleasant.
Like I told you, I want to mention it again because everybody needs to know. As long as tomorrow night I get the test results back and I don't have COVID, I believe at some point this weekend. Moran and I are going to be starting to brew our own beer.
I heard, yeah, you told me about that, and yes, I'm totally down for that. It's like hearing about your experiences. I can't wait.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. So tell me all about your week.
What are you drinking?
We'll get to that. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, my week hasn't been very interesting. I've had a roughish week of work and I'm ready for it to be over. But we're not going to talk about my week, but what I do want to talk about is our podcast's year, because it is that time of the year. We have a podcast. Have you heard? It's also, it's produced by me, Uncle Geeb Productions, but it's also, it's thrown out there to, like, how am I going to say this? It's given to you guys through a service called Anchor. And Anchor is owned by Spotify. It's Spotify's product.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
That's their catchphrase, right?
No, that's my
Anchors.
That's my catchphrase.
My bad. I thought that was Anchor.
I mean, technically, I gave them that ad, so whatever. Yeah. What are you waiting for? So yeah, they just like how they do with music on Spotify, and podcasts on Spotify. For Anchor, as a creator, we got we as in you and me, the creators of the podcast, got a creators year in review from Anchor. Mm-hmm. So let me just quickly go through the highlights real quick that you already know about, and we'll show to you guys. Our show, it's worded weirdly on here. Our show is in 10 countries total, and 7 of the countries are popular. Our most popular countries are United States, Mexico, Canada, Czech Republic, and United Kingdom. Those are the most listened to countries of our podcast.
That's cool, man.
Thank you, guys.
I'm sorry, that's pretty cool.
That is incredibly cool. 10 countries total. 7 countries are really popular, and those ones I just mentioned are the most popular. Yes. That's awesome. And we're also, by the way, this is not in the review. We're at 1.5 downloads already. 1.5 thousand downloads. Thank you, guys. Again.
That's also very cool. Yes, thank you.
Incredible. The next one here. 18 fans listen to your podcast more than any other podcast. 18 of our fans.
Now that one I thought was very interesting. There's 18 people out there who listen to our podcast more than they listen to any other podcast that they listen to.
Listen, we're not Joe Rogan here, but I mean that's cool, man. That's really cool.
Man, it is. we're just a couple of guys out here bullshitting, talking about nothing most of the time.
Kind of like right now, we're talking about ourselves. We're patting ourselves on the back right now.
Hey, it's the year in review, okay?
It is.
It's
because it is December 1st.
Get used to it, okay? That happens in December a lot.
I thought this was funny, and by the way, my screenshot was correct, and I checked later, and it did say 3, like you said.
Oh,
but my screenshot here, it is 2. 2 fans listen to your podcast. 2 fans. Let me just read what the guy would say. 2 fans listen to most of your episodes, quote unquote. It's a weird way to put it, but I made the joke to Drip this morning. Oh, so you and I are the only 2 people who listen to our podcast the most.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. But it changed to 3. So we're taking bets on who that third person is.
Somebody else. Yeah, because I listen back because obviously, a lot of people probably are like, why do you listen to your own podcast? Why do you listen to your own podcast? But it does help to get better, to know what you're doing wrong and try to correct some of those things when you hear it. And
yes.
Okay, don't do that anymore.
Yeah. It's like I say to everyone who wants to stream that we talk to and ends up streaming, I tell them, listen, go back and watch your VOD from the day prior. Watch it back. And you don't have to watch the whole 3-hour stream back, but watch a portion of it.
Alex says that our podcast was his top this year.
Thank you, Alex.
So he must be the third one.
It must be him. Must be him. I was gonna say Joe. That was my guess.
Either way.
And then Abby said
cool.
It's probably your brother.
Could be.
My family supports me.
Could be.
Anything else really interesting? This is an interesting stat for you and I. I won't talk about this very long. 34% of our fans listen to our podcast between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m.
I thought that was weird.
Yeah. But Abby had a good thought. She thought, it gets uploaded and they see it in the morning, and like Abby said, maybe they look forward to it, or they're like, okay, I'm gonna schedule this in my day. I have time after work to listen to it, but I did see it in the morning. I download it in the morning, listen to it at night. I don't know.
Could be it.
Yeah. Well, you guys let us know on Twitter or something like that. When you listen to the podcast at Drip and Geeb. Just let us know when you listen to it, because I want to know. Because what about the other 70%? I'm just curious.
Yeah, when are they listening to it?
Yeah.
I feel like clearly they're all different times.
Clearly, yeah. It's not. It doesn't make up a bulk percentage like that.
Right. Yeah.
196 minutes of our podcast. That's across 14 episodes. That's it. Why is that? We have 20. We have a lot more than 14 episodes. I don't know why.
This is 20. What? 24.
24. Yes. Yeah. So I don't know why it says 14. That's a weird one. These things can be weird sometimes. But all this to say, we're doing things, guys. Like, not only us, you and I, Drip, but like the listener. Thank you guys so much for
you guys.
helping us reach these milestones.
We really do appreciate it.
We understand we're not Joe Rogan. We understand we're not as good as Joe Rogan or anybody like that. But we're trying, and we appreciate you guys appreciating us trying.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll get to your beer of the week in a second. Well, the listener beer of the week is up right now.
Yes. We have a listener beer of the week. Finally!
We have. It was posted about 2 weeks ago, but it's still the listener. Well, actually a week ago, but it's the beer of the week for listener beer of the week from our very own Parallax Puddles, who is my brother. Thank you, brother, for adding us on, adding us at Drip Geeb on Twitter with using the hashtag beer of the week. His beer of the week. I will show the picture on the stream in a second. Let me read this here. I'll just read exactly what he wrote here. When you get artwork on a can that looks like Matt Groening, I don't know who that is. Groening. I probably should have looked him up beforehand.
Probably a famous guy.
Drew a giant monkey breaking through the Ben Franklin. The Ben Franklin Bridge. How can you not throw a rack immediately in your basket?
Simpsons.
This local sour suits the standard drinking I should have just, I don't know why. I'm butchering reading this, but thank you for Parallax Wells for showing us this beer on our podcast or on our Twitter.
Yes.
It's called the Neshaminy Creek. I was gonna have you. Oh crap! I was gonna not pronounce that and have you pronounce it. This is a local Philly beer, brewed.
I would not have pronounced that correctly.
Neshaminy Creek Philly Pucker dry hopped sour ale. And here's the artwork right here.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting? From our listener beer of the week.
That's really good. I will say this. For the next listener beer of the week, I think we need to up the production value here a little bit. I think we need to cut to a picture.
I'm trying here, okay? We're doing it. We're figuring this out, okay? I also need to sign it. I'm having problems signing into Twitter on my computer. I don't know why. It's just the way the internet works. But listen, that's a pretty clear image right there. I'm just gonna say
it is. It's crystal clear. It's actually very. That is a very interesting label. So, what was the flavor of that?
Dry hopped sour ale. He didn't put a flavor. It's just a sour ale.
Just a sour. Yeah. Okay. So it's a sour. I mean, I'm all about the sours, man. I love them.
Yes. Neshaminy Creek Brewing Company. Thank you, Parallax Bottles, for your listener beer of the week. I'm sure it was delicious.
I'm sure it was.
And if you guys want to leave your beer of the week, just add us at DripGeeb on Twitter using the hashtag beer of the week, and every submission will get onto the podcast at some point. I promise.
Yes, it will.
If you're listening 5 years from now after really famous, that's probably not the case. But right now, it's the case.
Yeah. All right. So I got a beer. I got lucky again, man.
All right.
I got lucky again. I went back to the well for 4 weeks in a row now to the Claw Brewing Company in Baltimore, Maryland.
Now my sister's here. I don't know if she's been here for the other live episodes. Sister, check this beer company out. They make some fire fucking beer.
Absolutely amazing stuff. Now this one, usually you know what I'm getting from them. I'm getting sours from them. That's usually what I get. The only one that hasn't been a sour was the one I had. We said this last week was the pumpkin one that wasn't pumpkin. Now this one's not a sour. This one is called Sweet Baby Jesus.
Oh man, Sweet Baby Jesus.
Sweet Baby Jesus.
That's awesome.
It is a chocolate peanut butter porter.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah. We are at 6.2% alcohol in this one.
That's not bad. That's a good one. That's a good percentage.
It's not crazy. It's not,
Yeah.
I can handle that.
You're going to feel it, but you're also not going to get overwhelmed by it. And you can drink a few of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it says you're in for exactly what it says. That's pretty much what it says on the side of the label. Like, I'm very interested.
I am too, man. I see. I don't like porters or stouts or anything like that.
And it's been here since yesterday, and I've just been kind of looking at it like, should I try one? And I didn't.
I am
to
more.
Prove,
yeah.
To prove, I have one here. Only one missing.
Sweet Baby Jesus. You got a six pack.
Sweet Baby Jesus.
You better like it.
I hope I like it. They had Sweet Baby. What was the other one I saw on there? It was a Sweet Baby Mocha or something like that, but it was in bottles.
Interesting.
So I think it was probably like a coffee type flavor or something. All right. Chocolate peanut butter. Let's see what we got here.
Cheers.
Smells like coffee. Porter for sure. It's the chocolate's there. On the first drink, the chocolate's definitely there. It's not so much peanut, but I'm getting it now. You know what I mean? Like yes. I'm getting the peanut butter now. It's back there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more chocolate than peanut butter. Peanut butter's in the end. It's kind of like a smoky flavor though.
Okay.
It's very nice. It's a very good beer. It's really smooth. It's not too like overpowering either way with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. It's really smooth. Like I said, a lot more chocolate. If I would compare it to another chocolate, the other chocolate that I've had that actually tastes like chocolate is that Yingling Hershey's. That actually tastes like chocolate, though.
Yep.
So this, I would say, is probably maybe just a couple steps below that as far as actual chocolate flavor, but it does still taste like chocolate. And again, I'm getting the peanut butter now. Like just that's where you get the peanut butter.
Well, I say that this brewery company, what's our name again?
DuClaw.
You should hook up with Hershey which is what? Was that 5 hours up the road?
They're right there, but I mean, so is Yingling, man, and they're Yingling.
Much closer. Yingling's much closer to Hershey than Maryland.
I mean, this is good. Okay, listen, this is good. You know how I get with their sours. Like I'm crazy about their sours. I love them.
Yeah.
This is not that, but I don't like this type of beer the way I like sours. So I would say, yes, this is a yes. This is a win. This is a big win.
Good. I mean, everything you've had from them, what's this, 4 weeks now consecutive? Everything's been awesome.
It always is. Everything, honestly, everything I've had from them, even the one disappointment, which was it was supposed to be a pumpkin beer, but then it tasted like Oktoberfest, which is fine, but don't call it a pumpkin beer because that's not a pumpkin beer. It's not.
Yeah, I get it.
That was a little disappointing. Other than that one, everything has been, it's been great. Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus. Well, guys, it is the 2nd of December as of the live stream recording of this podcast. And by the time you guys are listening to it on audio and video, it's probably December 5th at this point, something like that. Merry Christmas, everyone. Joe.
Oh my.
Yes. But that also means that Thanksgiving has come and go. Hopefully you guys listened to our Thanksgiving special with Bagoof, where we talked lots about Pokemon. But just talk about Thanksgiving for a second. You know what I thought was funny? We didn't talk about what we were thankful for on the Thanksgiving special. I figured maybe we can just quickly go over what we're thankful for on this post-Thanksgiving episode.
Really? That's what we're gonna do?
I was gonna go as long as you allowed me to on that.
I mean,
I wanted
go ahead.
I just wanted an excuse to play some like Jingle Bells for a second, like just some quick.
Are you playing Jingle Bells right now?
No, not really. I mean, who knows? I don't know what editor Future Geeb. What are you doing? But I was gonna. I don't know. I don't have. I wish I had. I'm a percussionist. I have a bunch of the toys. I wish I had Jingle Bells. I don't. But I was gonna find some sort of royalty-free Jingle Bell real quick, just to like, as I was saying that. Anyway, but seriously though, how was your Thanksgiving? You had a good time?
Yeah, man. I had a good time
with the kiddos.
Yes. Deep fried a couple turkeys. Just ate way too much. That's usually how Thanksgiving goes for me, dude. I just eat too much. Always.
I have been skipping dinner the past 3 nights because I still am full from Thanksgiving, and I'm not even joking.
Dude, I don't doubt it.
Not even
Thanksgiving does that to me, man. It just makes me Joe in the chat. I am thankful for Drip's hair.
Can we get in the chat hashtag bring the hair back, Drip? Because can we get that long, luscious hair back?
Not today. No, we can't.
I know not today, but eventually that'd be great.
Yeah. Maybe next week we'll bust it out next week. Oh, next week.
Yes.
Next week we're gonna change the night of the podcast too. Next week, forgot about that.
It will be.
We'll get into that later. Get into that later.
Yeah. No segue now. Yeah.
Oh, you want to open the box?
Yeah. Oh, the special box. Yes. So next up,
open the box.
Yeah. Take it away, sir.
So here's what this is. Let me kind of set this up. A company reached out to me a couple weeks ago, and they asked me if I wanted their. Oh, what do you have there? You're busting out something too.
What? No.
What is that?
Just continue.
What is that? Okay. So they asked me if I wanted to do a video on their product, and I was like, well, I don't know. I might do a video on. I don't know if I can do a full video on it, and we're gonna open it up and see if it's worth a full video. I have an idea for a full video. We are in the holiday season, so this would be actually a very good gift for somebody who is a big Nintendo fan. So we're going to see if it actually lives up to the standards that their website shows it on. But what this is a Game Boy Color, okay?
Ooh.
It's a Game Boy Color. I believe I asked them to send me a yellow one. I think I said a yellow one.
Oh, man, you gotta go Glacier or Atomic Purple.
They only had a couple. They had a green one. I don't know. Yellow was that'll work in my, because it's going to go on the walls in here somewhere.
Yeah, that color palette works with what you got going on.
Yeah, so it's a Game Boy, but it's not together. It's framed, and all the internals of this thing are just laid out nicely. It's got a little backing sheet that tells you what each part is. It's in a frame. I assume it's got glass over it. So we're gonna open it up. We're gonna see what this thing's about.
Now,
I'm
you
very
are
interested, honestly.
you are fresh opening this, correct? Like this is the first time you're seeing it.
Yeah, I've never. I literally just took the tape off. I have not seen this.
Oh man.
So
Now
we're gonna see it together.
Now I don't know what company. Did you say what company it was?
I forget the name of them.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm hoping it says something in here.
Yeah.
I know it was something weird. It was spelled weird, and like I didn't know if it was like say it this way or say it that way.
Right. But I do know that you had mentioned that there is multiple companies who do this, and I don't know if it's this company.
Called X Reart.
Okay. Now I don't know the name of the company that I know. That could be the same company, X Reart. How do you? That's probably one word.
X Reart.
X Reart.
X Reart. X Reart.
Whatever the name is. Thank you guys for sending that to Drip. There's whether it's this company or another company, I love these things. I absolutely adore the way these companies will arrange the pieces of whatever the piece of tech is, whether it's a phone, a tablet, old tech from a long time ago, like a Game Boy, whatever the case. So yeah, you got it open. I can see a wink of it.
Dude,
we need to see it. Come on.
Okay, hang on.
I can't make you full screen, unfortunately, but you can shove it in the camera.
Now hold on. Now here's a problem. Give me a second. You keep talking.
1 second.
I'm trying not to get fingerprints on it, but I want to get the I do want to get the plastic off here.
Okay.
Let's got plastic on the glass.
Let's take a Twitch break real quick. Just saying hi to people who are in the chat. Thank you guys for stopping by for our live stream. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. We got a whole bunch of people. Lots of you in here. Willie, Full Metal, Parallax, Alex Switch Corner. Did I say Willie already? Willie, Sims, Joe. Looking for names. Matt Moran, Hero of Time, Tezuka 13. How you doing, everybody? Appreciate you guys stopping by, watching the live recording of this podcast. You guys, if you stick around, you get the after show. If you're not already, if you're going to leave the stream early and you want to check out the after show, you can always watch our after show that gets uploaded onto Patreon. So,
this is so cool.
All right, Drip. I should have just showed you.
Right, I got. There's a little bit on the bottom here. I'm gonna have to get off. But here,
That's
this
fine.
is it.
Oh, that looks great.
It actually does. It looks fantastic.
So it's got the Game Boy in the top left corner, the front of the Game Boy. The bottom of the Game Boy is on the underneath of it on its side. Got the rubber membranes on the left hand side. The motherboard's at the top right. And the speakers are right in the center. It's all labeled with what the parts are. Really like detailed, nice looking.
Dude, it's incredible. Yeah, I mean, it looks so good. I mean, it looks so good.
Spectacular. I have fallen in love with like the way that these companies will take apart all this old tech.
I love it, man. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I have an old phone. Like, it's not that old, but it's a Pixel 2 that I would love to just take apart and frame it up just like that one. And I've been wanting to do it, and the inspiration is because it sits in my drawer and does nothing. If it's in a shadow box like that, it's gonna be amazing.
It's art.
It's art. Exactly.
It's X Reart is what it is.
X Reart. Exactly.
Okay, so I need to do a little. I do like this. I was literally waiting till now to decide if I was going to do a full video on it or just mention it in the video. But I'm going to go ahead and do a full video and just make it into type of you could buy this for a Nintendo fan for Christmas type video.
Yeah. Not a sponsor, just being very, very clear.
Yeah, not a sponsor. They're not paying me.
Not paying me. Definitely not paying me.
Something else they do have, though, that I want to mention. If you guys like this, because I will say this, they are expensive. They're expensive.
I mean, I've seen the ones I've seen. Yeah, they're pricey.
I want to say that one's close to $200. Maybe a little bit less, $180, $170.
That's a bit rich. But yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining.
But you're talking about the Game Boy itself. You're talking about framing it, tearing it down. I mean, it's not just print it out and put it in a thing. You know what I mean?
The labor.
There is work that goes into it.
Yeah, the labor that it took to make that is worth something.
Right. It is. And another option they have, which I thought was really cool, is if you have a Game Boy Color and want to do this yourself, they actually have files that you can download for free on their website to get this exact the background that's in there.
Yeah.
So you can break your own down and go get a shadow box and put it in there and just glue it all in yourself. And you can have that backing thing for free. They just offer it on their site for free. So I thought that was really cool too.
That is really cool. I might take them up on that if they have one for the Pixel 2, because I'll print that out and make my own shadow box. That's awesome.
Yeah, they had a bunch of they had iPhones, they had Game Boy Color, they had, I want to say they may have had Game Boy Advance, they had Game Boy Pocket.
Interesting.
I don't know. I can't remember what all they had. I'm gonna look at the site now. I've kind of been waiting on it to get here so I could make my decision on it. But yeah, I'm behind it. I like it. I think it's awesome. It's gonna go somewhere back here on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know where, but somewhere.
By the way, Sukasa 13. Thank you for your patience of my mispronunciation of your name. Just want to point that out real fast. I've been calling you Tezuka for a while. Sukasa. Because, reading is hard. I also I have something to bring to the show and tell. You may see it. The loaf right here.
Yeah. What is this? What is this thing?
Let me show you guys the box real fast. So obviously, audio listeners, I know this is not very helpful for you, but the name is what you need to know. If you know, you know. Drip doesn't. This is an Italian delicacy called panettone. It is.
What is? I don't know what that is.
Basically, Italian fruitcake.
I mean, don't people hate fruitcake? Isn't that like a thing? Like people just hate fruitcake?
So when I was younger, I used to hate fruitcake. I also used to hate this stuff because it's basically fruitcake. As an adult, my tastes have been refined and in a positive way. But dude, this is so much better than fruitcake. So if you know anything about Italians, they know how to make bread. I mean, pizza, hello. Bread
Pizza's
just
good,
normal,
yeah.
but
Pizza's good.
Their normal bread is just to die for. And also, this is nothing like fruitcake in the sense that this is like the softest, moistest, beautiful sugar loaf with pieces of dried fruit.
Okay, that's what I wondered. I saw the box and I was like, "What's that? What's that got on it? M&Ms?
It's chewy,
like M&Ms.
The fruit is fresher.
I'd like it better if it was M&Ms.
Fresher than fruitcake. It doesn't go. It doesn't. It goes bad. Unlike fruitcake, it stays. I think it stays for a while. But it's just the sweetness and moistness and the deliciousness of the dried fruit.
All right, so I'm interested. I'll see if I can find one around here somewhere.
Funny enough, Midwest is really hard to find anything Italian. You have to go to like the World Foods aisle just to get like pasta.
Yeah, you were saying that's very weird. That's very weird.
But this loaf, ironically, I found just hanging out in Walgreens.
Perfect.
I bought two of them. This one is mine.
Send me one.
This is mine.
Send me one. You send me that, and then I'll send you a package of stuff. I'll put a new package of random Switch stuff together for you to send.
There's a family loaf upstairs, but this is Geeb's loaf.
Oh, the family loaf.
I bought them both, but this one's mine.
I was hoping the second one could be mine, but clearly it can't be.
I will go back and buy you one, man. I'll do that for you. It's not. Listen,
okay,
I'm not.
Buy me one. You send it to me. I'll get you a package together. Ooh, I'll give you that.
You also owe my girlfriend lots of stuff.
Yeah, it's in the truck. It's on the way.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
As on the way, I mean, it's in my truck. So when I go to the post office, it's in my truck.
Good. Hopefully nobody.
I do have boxes and stuff here, though. I have boxes. I have all the stuff. Like I can get it. It's gonna happen. Ooh, that reminds me. I do have to get a hold of. I can get some of it on the way to all you guys. Actually, totally forgot. I have to get the stuff from Tom Talk on the way. All I gotta do is give them addresses. I just haven't talked to them. Holidays and stuff. Things just
happens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, I think the first place we're going to take this podcast, 45 minutes into it, let's take it right into the Game Awards.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you take this away, sir.
Well, most of what I want to talk about is not really the Game Awards, obviously, because, I mean, I think we can all agree here, nobody gives a shit who's going to win what award. I mean, come on. You look at who's deciding, who's winning these things, and like, this is, it doesn't matter. I mean, all you have to know is Cyberpunk 2077 is up for something. I don't remember what, but it's up for something, which is that is just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now I know that we have a big Cyberpunk fan in the chat, Nuge. He streamed it and he played it and I watched it. And honestly, I was hearing all the negativity and I saw the glitches.
was broke, man.
But
I mean, maybe not the PC version. The game was broke.
When I watched him play, I think on PS5, he had glitches for sure, but I enjoyed every moment that I watched him play. And he said he doesn't give a crap about any of that other stuff. He was saying
soundtrack and best RPG. Best RPG. I mean, I don't know. That's
all I'm gonna say. Let me just say this. I agree with Nuge. I never played the game, but I watched him play it, and he loves it, and I love it too. I didn't see that big of a deal with it. I saw the glitches like everyone else did, and that needed to be fixed. That was a problem. That should be fixed. But the game itself, ignore the glitches. It's a good game, solid game.
I mean, there's too many to ignore. It's too much.
I agree. Too many to ignore. 100%.
It shouldn't have come out the way it came out. It should not be considered for any game of the year. It should not have any praise. Just because the PC version was fine. I mean, dude, Sony took it off their store. Literally, we're like, you're not selling this on our store. Took it off their store.
Is that Sony being good guys?
Yeah, that's Sony saying no.
Is that Sony being good
Bring
guys?
It back when it's...
Or is that just Sony trying to please the audience?
No, that's Sony being like, everyone who buys this wants a refund. We're not dealing with this. Fix your game and we'll put it back on. That's what it is.
Listen, I'm just as mad as you are.
Man.
I'm just as mad as you are about how the game turned out with glitches.
I mean, I'm not really mad about it. I don't have a dog in the fight. I didn't care about the game. I wasn't excited about it that much. I didn't really want to play it. It was what it was. I thought it looked interesting.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I mean, dude, it's the same thing as this whole Grand Theft Auto trilogy that they just rushed out. It's trash. They're delaying the physical release now because it's trash.
Yeah.
It's garbage. They wanted to get it out for the holidays. They wanted to hype it up, get it out for the holidays. They didn't put enough time or effort into actually getting these remasters ready to go and making them run correctly. It's a money grab. I mean, it's a clear money grab.
Who made that game?
Rockstar makes it, but I forget the company who ported it.
RC, CD, something like that. It's on the tip of my tongue. CD Rect, something. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, you talking about Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red, yeah.
CD Projekt Red. Thank you. Just wanted to, that was for Hari there.
Yeah, but dude, they made like The Witcher 3. Like that game's amazing.
There's a whole there's a whole rabbit hole you can go down of why this game was put out the way it was. That would take forever to talk about tonight.
In there.
It is we should do a cyberpunk podcast. Period. Nothing else, just cyberpunk, because there's that.
I don't think we need to do that.
No, there's that
much to talk about. But we should have talked about it.
No, I know.
A year ago.
Well, no, I think it's still interesting.
If you want to re-release it when they re-release it for PS5,
yeah, that's cool.
Xbox Series X, we'll talk about it.
You guys, listeners, even if you think you don't care about that game because you're a Switch player or you hated the game because of the glitches, let me tell you something. You want to hear what we have to say, what other people have to say about why that game came out the way it did. It's very interesting. Multiple layers. That's another conversation for another day.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff.
But I think what we're most interested in right now is game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, of any of them, I think that's what people care about the most, if they care about any. Like, I want to see. I just want to see. I mean, you know me. I just want to see a Nintendo game win. I'm that guy.
we have a horse in the race. We're both Nintendo nerds here. I mean, obviously we want to see our boy win.
Yeah, and I did.
Our girl. I'm sorry, our girl, Samus.
Yes, I want to see Metroid Dread win it. Whether it deserves it or not, I mean, I know Deathloop looks to be one of the favorites because, I didn't play that one, but I hear it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so weird. The marketing for that game was so weird. It was like every time we saw it so many times, and it was like, I still don't know what I'm looking at. I don't quite know what I'm seeing here. I don't know. That's what's probably going to win. I would like to see Metroid Dread win because I mean, I don't know. I don't like that type of game. Metroidvanias, here and there, I can play them for a while, and it's like, okay, once I get to a certain point, I'm like, all right, my brain doesn't work that way well enough to be able to remember where I need to go back to and try to figure this out.
Yeah.
I played all the way through Metroid Dread. all the way through it, and I was lost. Loved it. I loved it. I wanted to keep playing. I really liked it. So I don't know. I just like to see it recognized. I thought it was really good.
Now,
But
a lot of you know that I did not finish Dread, and that's because I got frustrated with the game.
I can imagine why.
And some of you may think that translates to me hating the game, and you'd be wrong. I very much enjoy that game. One of these days, it's in my game case in the first slot. Like when I open up my Switch case here, the first game, like this is like my most played games right here. Try to get in the frame. Number 1, top slot. It's still Dread sitting there. I haven't touched it in at this point months. But dude, like I need to get back into it. It's not gonna happen now, but I'm going to get back into it. And
yeah,
it's sitting there waiting for me. And once I
well
muster the courage to get around the map, I will do it. And I really do agree. This game should at least be heavily considered. I don't know, to be honest and transparent. I don't know the other who's up for the game, and probably never played any of them. But Dread is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, and it's good. It was a lot of fun.
It's got that Nintendo charm. It's on the Switch, the underdog, if you will, because PC gaming. Let's be honest. How can any Switch game compete with any game on PC? Because people are going to look at it and go, it's not 8K 120 FPS.
Yeah, but I mean, not everybody does that. Not everybody does
but these,
that. There are the people out there who say, you know what? The gameplay is there. The story, whatever it is, the story, the gameplay, the whatever. Like Nintendo games just have that charm, man. That's they make it up there in what they lack in frame rate and resolution.
I know. I think reasonable people will see that. But these game shows are not made for reasonable people. These game shows are made for, the people who are like, give me every frame I can possibly get on my 240 hertz monitor on my 8K gaming PC.
Sting.
I did.
Sting is performing.
I heard about that. I don't quite get it. I just saw Sting in the TV show I'm watching on Hulu. The murder in the hotel. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Abby would know. We're watching on Netflix. Stars Martin Short and Steve Martin and Selena Gomez. Trifecta.
That's a interesting cast.
It's interesting, and the show was really good. And one of the murder suspects was Sting. Sting playing himself.
That's so awesome.
It's obviously Steve Martin and Martin Short. It's a comedy, clearly. And dude,
Sting involved in a murder. Did you see that the guy from Shang-Chi, the guy who plays Shang-Chi, is giving an award? He's going to be there giving an award.
No, I didn't hear about that.
People get mad about that stuff at the Game Awards. Like, why do they bring all these people in? Like, have you ever seen an award show? Any award show ever? Like, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And people get mad. Like, I don't know why there's got to be musical guests. I don't know why this guy's got to be. Why is Vin Diesel here?
They're saying that with the Mountain Dew foam still on their lips and the cheese curl cheese on their fingertips because they've never seen anything else because all they care about is gaming on their 240 hertz monitors on their AK TVs.
I mean,
what is this?
Jeff Keighley gets a bad rap, but he puts on some good shows, man. He puts on some good shows. Like it or not, the guy knows what he's doing. The Game Awards have gotten nothing but better over the years.
Sims. Sorry, Sims.
Now you have to call me out, bro.
I saw you on Twitch last night, Sims. I know. I saw it.
Was he Mountain Dewing?
Oh, he was Mountain Dewing and Cheetoing for sure.
Nice. Love it. Love to see it. Love to see it.
We'd love to see Dread win as well. We'd love to see Dread win.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's what I want to see.
So, yeah.
But honestly, other than all that stuff, like I'm okay with the spectacle. I don't know if you remember this. I don't think it was last year. Well, they do it every year, but like 2 years ago, they have the orchestra there. And they're always playing music and stuff. But like 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago, it was the year it was like God of War and Red Dead Redemption were up for Game of the Year. But they do like this big mashup of music from all the Game of the Year nominees. It was amazing, dude. It was amazing. Like all the music from Red Dead's just fantastic.
Last year.
Oh, so good.
Last year, Animal Crossing. The orchestra played Animal Crossing.
Yeah, they did that. Yeah,
it was spectacular.
See, last year's was not even nearly as good as as
Well, yeah.
that year. I think it was 2 years ago when that happened, but
Yeah, I've
it was
never
really
seen the
good.
game. I've never seen the Game Awards besides last year because I haven't really been in this universe like that.
Yeah,
that
speaking
deep.
of that, anybody who wants to watch the Game Awards, I'll be streaming it over on my twitch.tv/Drip Media.
You never know. There could be a Jeep sighting too. I mean, you never
there
know.
might be. Why
you never
not?
know.
There may be. Everyone muted the Animal Crossing. Get out of here.
Dude,
Anyway,
brought a tear to my eye. It was so good.
So anyway, I enjoy it. I like watching it. I had a ton of fun streaming it last year. Like I thought it was a good time. But obviously, the thing that we look for at these events are announcements.
Yes.
Like, what are we going to see? This is a big stage. It's a huge stage. And actually, we found out the other morning. Alex brought up something about. I had this wild thing I was talking about the other morning. If something crazy Zelda would happen. Now, hear me out on this. We don't have to go crazy into this, but you can just tell me if you think this is something that could happen or could not happen. I don't think Breath of the Wild is the next game we're going to see. Breath of the Wild 2, the next Zelda game. I think there's going to be something in between.
Now, you had mentioned that on the Wait Hold My Beer episode.
Yeah,
just a couple days ago.
I talk about that a lot. Something crazy that I brought up. We kind of just workshopped this for a while, and I came up with this. What if this is the time? And let me tell you why I think this makes sense to do it here. What if this is the time when we get a brand new, not a remake? Because think about this. We just saw an HD remake. Are they really going to put out 2 more HD remakes right after that with Twilight Princess and Wind Waker? Is that really what they're going to do?
It's Nintendo.
I don't know. It is, so it's possible.
It's very possible.
Wouldn't this be the perfect time to drop a brand new 2D Zelda? Midway through the year. Maybe even March. Maybe April. May. Something like that. Wouldn't this be the perfect time? Especially if the development for Breath of the Wild is taking a little bit longer and you're talking, maybe it's not a holiday game. Maybe it's March 2023.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah. Not holiday 2022. Into the next year. Okay, we don't know if that's going to happen. Not the point.
Yeah.
Not the point. My point is, I think there's going to be a game between. It could still be the holiday game. We could still get this game halfway through the year. Now, we got the remake of Link's Awakening on the Switch, which did well.
Yep.
And for a lot of people who haven't played, maybe you're new to the Switch, there's not a lot of, you can play the older 2D Zeldas with the online. But I mean, as far as like a newer experience with a 2D Zelda, that was it. It did okay. Like, they're not going to just get rid of the 2D Zelda, the 2D Zelda games. We're going to see more. So think about this. And this is something we went through the other morning because Alex had questioned the other morning about the numbers as far as how many people watch a Nintendo Direct as opposed to how many people watch the Game Awards. And he was telling me, he's like, I think a Nintendo Direct might actually get more. And I was like, I don't know. I think the Game Awards get more. I looked it up. So I think it was 2018. Well, okay, let's go to this one first. Where Skyward Sword was announced.
Yeah.
Skyward Sword HD.
Yep.
That live views, it had about 2.6 million or something like that. 2.6 million live viewers.
Okay.
The Game Awards in 2018 had 26 million viewers. 26 million live viewers.
That's a once a year, all-encompassing awards show for gaming.
So here's my reasoning on this. You've got the Breath of the Wilds. That doesn't need hyped. It's hyped. We're good there. Everybody's good there. If it's not ready, and you've already got these people kind of interested in Zelda, wouldn't it make a lot of sense to show a bunch of people who wouldn't necessarily watch a Nintendo Direct that brand new 2D Zelda right there, where you have so many more eyes on it, where it would be... No, you're not with that.
I'm with your logic 100%.
Okay. And then,
hold on. I'm with your logic. However, the execution of the plan Listen, like I said a second ago, AK gamers, 240 monitors, 240 hertz monitors, they're gonna look at a 2D Zelda game and they're gonna scoff and laugh, even if it's a 3D remake. They're just gonna be like,
I don't know, man.
what
I don't
the
think
hell is this?
Not
Give me my
everybody is
God
like
of
that.
War and my Halo and take your garbage Nintendo out of my Game
Listen,
Awards. That's what
No,
they're gonna
you're
say.
wrong. You're wrong.
Not-
Listen, it's
for-
fun.
If
It's
you
fun
show
to
them,
say-
if you show them Breath of the Wild with that crazy, not crazy story, but with it's Breath of the Wild is way different than a remake 2D Zelda game.
I'm not talking about a
3D.
remake. I'm talking about a brand new 2D game. Something a brand new
A
game.
Zelda
brand
game.
new game.
A Zelda 2D brand new. That was
Yes, brand new.
Selected up. A brand new.
Like the last brand new 2D Zelda game we got was a Link Between Worlds, right?
Yeah.
On a 3DS.
Okay.
That's the last
I
new 2D
misunderstood
Zelda
you.
game we got.
I misunderstood you.
Not a remake, a brand new game. Brand new. New art style, new everything, brand new.
Now,
Some really awesome gimmick like they did with the painting stuff on the wall. Something cool. Maybe they could do what they did with this and take a map that's familiar to Switch gamers. Maybe take the Link's Awakening map and do something different with that and make a brand new 2D game, completely different art style, similar map. Doesn't have to be that. Could be a brand new map.
that
I just think if they don't have Breath of the Wild ready, that would be something really fun for them to do. And I think putting on a big stage like that would get that 2D Zelda hype going. I mean, I think that's the place to do it if you're going to do it. I mean, that's a long shot, man. That's literally us talking the other morning, and that's just where I ended up.
that's an incredible long shot. I don't see that happening in any universe where Nintendo
I don't
exists.
necessarily see it happening. I just think
that would be
it's a good idea.
It's a great idea, and Nintendo often takes great ideas and shoots them down and does the bad idea, a la the Switch OLED as a name. I'm sure there was better names on the board somewhere, and they're like, nah, we're gonna go with the Switch
there was,
OLED.
but
And
they didn't end up making that Switch, so they couldn't give this Switch that name.
Get this. I'll get this and think about this. We have on the market the Nintendo Switch. We have the Nintendo Switch Lite. We have the new Nintendo, or is it called the new Nintendo Switch? What's it called? Nintendo
What?
Switch, the red box version, V2.
Nothing. It's just Nintendo Switch.
But it's a different product. It has twice as much battery life.
It's got a different number, yeah. It's got a -1 on it.
But my point getting here with Switch OLED, the naming is bad, the marketing is bad. But like, dude,
Marketing's not bad. Naming's bad. Marketing's good. That's why it's working.
What is
so well.
marketing without the naming?
They don't have to name it because it's going to be the regular Switch next year. It doesn't matter.
I guess I'm wrong because you could market a piece of poop and people would buy it if you market it right. So I guess you're right. Anyway, I don't know. Carry on.
No, I mean I know where you're going with it. It's I mean Nintendo makes bad decisions. They do it a lot.
Yes.
They've been making less bad decisions lately. Not that they haven't made any. We're not going to get into that.
Right.
But they've been making less bad decisions. I don't know. I don't see that happening. But another thing I looked up while we were talking about this, and this is kind of what I really wanted to talk about. I'm making a video on this tomorrow because I can't believe I missed this. So the whole Metroid Prime thing, I think it's possible that we may see maybe Metroid Prime 4. Maybe. It seems like it's possible. Now, and think about this. What if we saw Metroid Prime 4 and that's the holiday game because Breath of the Wild isn't done and we get that 2D Zelda next year? Okay, anyway, sorry.
You're just wishful thinking.
I'm done.
You're just wishful thinking. I'm right there with you, man.
I know.
Right there with you.
The whole thing with the Metroid Prime trilogy, okay?
Yeah.
The rumors have now turned into things changed. There wasn't enough time to do what they were doing. So the Metroid Prime trilogy HD stuff ended up becoming Metroid Prime 1, but like a full remake.
I'm sorry, I was dealing with a bot.
I saw that.
Carry on.
So the whole thing is it was supposed to be the trilogy, and everyone said, "Oh, the trilogy's done." Like everybody online, all these leakers were saying, "It's been done. It's been done. It's been done. Anytime now. So clearly, I mean, if what we're hearing now is true, it wasn't done. They were doing one, and then the plan was, from what I gather, the plan was to take all the assets and all the things that they built to redo the first one, and then just go ahead and apply those to the next two, because it would be easier. You know, you build off the first one, then you just do it to the rest of them, right?
Yeah.
So I guess plans have changed, and it looks like now it's more of a full on hard remake remaster of just one
Yeah.
instead of an HD version of all three.
That's a really cool concept. Like concept. That's a really cool idea. See that there's a cool idea. And I'd be so. Is this? I know it's not confirmed. Obviously, Nintendo hasn't said anything. But is this something that it seems like it's likely? How likely is it?
I don't know. Okay, so I mean, I don't know. Emily Rogers is the one who put put it out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know her track record well, but I know there's a lot of stuff she got right. Like, I think the only thing of this, it was this big list of stuff she said that was going to happen. And I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the only thing that hasn't happened off that list yet is the new Donkey Kong thing.
Okay.
I think she called Dread.
Yeah.
She called Metroid Dread.
Look, listen, I'm totally down for a remake of one. I'll probably buy. I will buy it. How much I played, I don't know, because these Metrovania style games, I'm not the biggest fan of, especially the Dread. I mean, not that I'm the biggest fan of Dread. It's not my style, but Dread was awesome. So if they can make something that's kind of like Dread, but of the first Metroid, art style wise, of Dread, well, story of one, but art style stuff like that.
Listen, no. I'm talking about Prime. First person shooter.
I thought you were talking
Prime.
about. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about the SNES or the NES.
No. I'm talking about first person shooter. Metroid Prime. Prime 1, 2, 3 was supposed to be the trilogy, but because
I get confused with the whole some of them.
I know
with the names and stuff. But okay, I get you. That's
now. That's why I'm bringing you back in. I just roped you in.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it, dude.
Gotcha.
That's even more interesting to me because I really want to try a 3D Metroid game really bad. I'm watching some Caffeinated Diabetic playing it on his Twitch, whatever game that is. Is it Prime? Whatever. I'm not sure. Caffeinated, you can tell us what you're playing.
Yes, yeah, he's playing Prime. Yeah.
It's interesting. I would be totally down to try that out, especially if they remake
those are
it.
games I have not played any of the Prime games.
Yeah, don't port it.
The only other Metroid besides Dread that I've given any real time was Super Metroid.
Is that the NES one?
Yes.
Yeah, I've tried that one too.
Super NES.
That's a Super NES. Okay. I think I tried the NES one.
Yeah, it's
hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, yeah. Super Metroid's cool. You should try this the one on Super Nintendo.
I will. I'll try.
Yeah, it's cool. So I mean, that's something. That's something I feel like that's big. Like either way, let's say we see a Prime 4 trailer. Maybe it's just a cinematic trailer, no gameplay, just like, hey, here it is.
It exists.
Boom. Holiday 2022. Which tells us right there, oh shit, Breath of the Wild isn't coming out. Right there. That's what that's going to mean. Which, who knows?
Did they say holiday 2022? Or did they just say 2022?
They'd probably just say 2022. But
I'm talking about, I'm sorry, for Breath of the Wild, did Nintendo say?
They said 2022.
Okay.
They gave nothing else about it. 2022. But that doesn't mean shit. Because the last Breath of the Wild was 2000 this, 2000, then pushed it back. I mean, they did it 100 times. It was supposed to come out. It was supposed to be on the Wii U. Breath of the Wild was supposed to be the Wii U Zelda. And they ended up pushing it back so far that it ended up being
the Switch and Wii U.
Switch, yeah. I'm slightly concerned we're going to see the same thing happen with Breath of the Wild 2.
I would be devastated, to be honest. I really want to play the new Breath of the Wild, just like everybody else. And even so, everyone else who played Breath of the Wild, when it came out, much more so than me. I just played Breath of the Wild for the first time. At this point, it's been 2 years, which is kind of weird. Like, we're getting close to 2 years at least. But yeah, it's much longer for everyone else. And But still, I really, really, really want to play that game. I'm hoping that they have way more story than the first Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think it will.
Build off that story, build more cutscenes.
It's gonna be hard not to.
That'd make me upset. A Metroid game is not going to hold me over for Breath of the Wild. Nintendo has to know that.
No, listen, Metroid. They show a Metroid Prime 4 trailer. That shit will break the internet, dude. That shit will break the internet.
It will.
I'm telling you right now.
It will, but it's not going to hold me over. Like Skyward Sword.
No,
Skyward Sword
hold you over.
And any Zelda fan. They want Zelda, dude. Ocarina of Time on 64 is going to hold them over better than a new Metroid game.
But what if we also hear something about maybe? I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe we see a 2D Zelda. Maybe we see something else Zelda. Maybe it is just the HD remakes. Which honestly, I don't know if they're going to do that because remake after remake after remake, it doesn't seem like a good idea. But then again, it's like we talked about this a couple weeks ago, how easy it is to port these things from the Wii or the Wii U to the Switch. It's nothing. They can do it in a couple months.
Yeah.
So we know these games are done, man, right? They're done.
It's going to be Metroid Prime 4 in Hyrule. There. Now Uncle Geeb is happy.
Yeah. Caffeinated.
Done.
Yes. Thank you, Caffeinated.
Done. Samus with a blaster gun against a guardian. Sign me up. Say no more.
That would actually be really cool.
Say no more.
Yeah, don't tempt me. That sounds amazing. That sounds fantastic,
Done.
actually. I don't know. I mean, yeah, so what if I don't know. I'm very excited to see what we get because I don't know. And there's another whole scenario that I have to discuss before we end this conversation. There is the slight possibility that Nintendo just doesn't show up. Which they did.
Can I be honest with you?
Ago?
I have a feeling. I have a real big feeling that that's exactly what's going to happen.
I don't know. I feel like things are rolling for them now. There's a lot of stuff in the works, like things that were delayed are starting to come back around. I think they're in a place now where they've got a lot of stuff to talk about. They just need stages to do it. I think we're gonna get the Game Awards next week. I think the week after that, we'll probably get an Indie Direct. And then I think the next thing we'll hear from them will be in early February, a Nintendo Direct. And we're going to hear a whole lot of new stuff there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think this year they're going to skip the Game Awards like they did. Because I think that the year they skipped, they had what? You're guessing everything. Yes, I'm guessing everything, so I'm at least right about one thing. Yes. But I mean, well, that just makes sense. The Indie Direct, we're going to get an Indie Direct this month. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guarantee we will.
We will.
I think we'll get it after the Game Awards. But I mean, I don't know what they're going to announce at the Game Awards. I have no idea. We've been, there's been a couple things. There's been a couple things that we're like, gotta come sometime. Gotta come sometime. Maybe this is it. Bayonetta 3's already been shown. So check that one off the list. What's next?
Right.
It's Metroid Prime 4. I mean, the Prime trilogy was one of those things we've been talking about forever, which now sounds like it's not the trilogy. It's just the first game. One of these things has to be checked off the list eventually.
Yep.
And if Breath of the Wild 2 is not any further where they are comfortable showing us stuff, I don't think they're going to skip this. I think they're going to show us something. I think they're going to have a full schedule for next year. And I think we're going to see something big there.
I hope you're right, man. And like Full Metal just said, I hope she's right too. But honestly, probably Yoshi's Story 3. That's what we're getting.
Good God.
On the Game Awards, on the biggest stage of gaming.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a volume 2 of my video I put out yesterday, the best games on the Switch. That one seemed to do pretty good. Yeah. And a lot of stuff didn't make the list. But I was thinking about what else I would put on the list if I made a volume 2. And Yoshi's Crafted World would probably not make the list.
Yeah. How is that game compared to, let's say, the Yoshi game that's on the 64? Because I love that game. I've been playing it a whole bunch.
The game is fine. It's very easy. It's a very easy. I mean, it's not hard.
It's a
kind
Yoshi
of
game.
blurry, man. It's really weird. Like, I don't know. It was made in Unreal Engine.
Kind of like Pokemon, blur like Pokemon for some reason.
No,
it can be blurry.
It's got a weird, like, it's very like high texture, low resolution. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's supposed to look the way it looks. It's very strange. I mean, it's decent fun. My kids like it.
Yeah.
Shoot eggs. I don't know.
Yeah, I really liked the Yoshi. What's it called on the 64? Whatever that Yoshi 64 is that what it's called? I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with it. That Yoshi game.
I don't remember. Yoshi Story.
Yeah. So we have more topics to talk about. I think we kind of run out of time tonight, though. I think
we're good, man.
We're good. This was an episode. It was lots of fun. The stream, don't go anywhere. We're hanging out.
After show, baby.
After show is coming up. But for the audio listeners, we're gonna wrap it up. Hold on, I'm getting the music ready because I can do that. Stream, you're getting the after show. Patrons, you're getting the after show. Audio listeners, we're gonna say goodbye for now. Oh, it's me. I'm
goodbye, audio
on.
listeners.
No. We're gonna do the outro, man. Doing it. Hold on. Editor Geeb, first time doing this. Okay.
Hey, Geeb.
Oh, you ruined it, man. What?
If you don't,
that's what the silence is for. You messed it up, son.
If you don't mess this up, I will send you a $5 eShop gift card.
You messed it up, so that you already owe me a $5 eShop gift card.
Done. Never mind.
All right.
Never mind. All right, good.
I gotta restart the music. I already messed it up. Okay. This is growing great. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up today's podcast. Don't forget to follow Dripper Geeb on Twitter to stay up to date to when we release episodes. And make sure to tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live recording of this podcast. Episodes will release on audio platforms following the stream. You can find both Dripper Geeb live on Twitch throughout the week. Make sure to hang out with them over there. Twitch.tv/DripMedia, Twitch.tv/Uncle Geeb. Patrons of Drip and Geeb, thank you so much for all you do. You support the channel so much. And in fact, you get an after show. You're having an after show right after this outro. And thank you all listeners of the Drip Geeb podcast. You guys help us continue the podcast. And thank you again for all your support. We made it on Spotify year review. We got a whole bunch of good reviews. It was awesome. Thank you guys so much for all of that. And with that being said, we're getting to the after show. See you next week.
Bye. All right, now that all the nerds are gone, let's party. Oh, you can edit it out, man. I don't have to be quiet.
After show, music time.
I can't even hear the music. Do you have after show music too?
Yo.